let's make some predictions here. Where do we expect this early game to go, LaFell? Because I think it can get chaotic very fast, considering Chip has Y Walk as a passive to be able to apply a lot of pressure across the map.
The thing about Chip is that even though you're starting at the EXP, you can easily go to the gold lane. But I don't know, I kind of feel like between both lanes, either mid or EXP is the easier one for you to actually get a kill, because going up against the Harvest as Roger, they got a lot of mobility there.
Zorn instantly going to the EXP to affect Zeno as much as he can. A good way to actually exploit Chip for the time being. He can easily head off to the top side, but it really doesn't matter at this point, right?
Yeah, right now.
Beautiful. Beautiful early game coming in from the Homeboys. Instantly setting up for the dive, getting a great trade, and even bringing Udil to be an insurance policy.
Yep, looks like Zorn here, he's like, yo, staying in the mid, helping out your mid laner, that's like what, 2020? No, it's 2024. We go to the EXP lane.
Hey man, it's a new era, new time, new meta.
And right now Zorn, he is, I've never played Chips like this, by the way. Actually zoning out the jungler, finding out wherever he is. And for those of you who are curious, looks like he's using the tank emblem with Inspire as well as Wilderness Blessing. So he wants more movement speed inside the river area, but he wants that cooldown. And he wants to clear the minions quite fast as well.
I think it's a good setup here. Overall, I'm curious to see what's his first item. Is that once again looking to punish Zeno this time around underneath his turret. He's level 2 and Chibi is level 4. The minions have pushed in. Retribution being committed as well. Instantly taking him out. Looking for a trade though. Subway comes rolling on in, but Udil says no. You stay back. I don't want anybody else taking a trade for our team.
I like the respect of Homeboys have for Zeno, because Zeno, in the previous games, he is basically the one splitting the map. He likes to play alone in his own lane, push his own lane, and through that, they can actually control the waves much, much better. So now, making sure that Xenomao gets taken down pretty quickly, not only is he not going to be that big of a threat in the laning phase, he's not going to be that big of a threat during the turtle phase, but he's probably not going to be that big of a threat during the Lord stages as well, when you're trying to make a decision to go for the Lord or manage your waves.
And then if we really think about the role that Zeno actually has to dive in towards that backline and threaten nets, it could be a bit of a problem here. Unfortunately for Chibi, not winning that Retribution fight, Subway continues to gain more EXP than him, but Zorn continuing to be forces the portal instantly, punishing Nova X Cobra. He was not ready for that.
I'm taking notes. High in the bush, find someone going through, shortcut it.
Instantly channel it in the bush, man. Instantly channel. You don't want that delayed time. And plus, don't forget, once they drop that portal, that's also a good amount of slow and a decent amount of damage.
One thing to point out as well, Nets got a kill. Whether that was intentional or not, that was good. Because now Nets has a small lead over Ruff.
And he's going to hold that. He's going to hold that for a while, right? 2 levels ahead of Ruff right now.
Ooh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, right? Because he had a good trade at level 3 against Ruff, and then so far it's been kind of snowballing out of control. But for now, let's see how badly it's going to affect him. Monster Vicious haven't really gotten a clean team fight just yet, but we're just going to have to wait and see. If Nets makes a mistake, MV might jump on him, but no, he can't waste any time. We see Subway rolling off.
And right now, Chibi finds Nova X Cobra, and Zorn, he immediately goes through. Why walk?
Good timing. Good timing.
What?
He is abusing Chip right now. This is great communication.
That was sick.
He's just waiting by the portal. He's waiting to jump on through. Chibi sees him, retries. Instantly, he takes it. And now, Chibi, he forces another Retribution from Subway's side.
Yo, again, I'm taking notes because I only saw Subway. I'm sorry, I only saw Chibi and I was like, okay, maybe he can do something here, and all of a sudden he comes in and then gets the stun off.
I'm telling you, if only we had 2 cameras to see them all. The Astro Echo is going to be popped as well as the Heart Guard jumping into the back line, trying to get a kill onto Udil, but he doesn't go down. Subway finds Chibi, can't heal through the regeneration of the Toys Poissons, and now for the big punish coming in for MV. How many can they get off of this? They get only 1, and the turtle should fall into their hands.
Now we see the problem. The Angela is going to be the bane in Homeboy's side. They got to figure out a way whether they want to kite away whenever the Heart Guard has been used, or they got to focus in. Break that shield, make whoever she enters, whether it be the Yuzong or the Baxia, a little bit more vulnerable. Because once the Heart Guard is in, at least from initial what we saw just now, the damage wasn't enough.
Clearly the damage wasn't enough, but the turtle still falls into the hands of Homeboys despite Monster Vicious actually winning out that fight. Now, curious enough, what do you think about the way that Monster Vicious likes to punish their opponents, right? They found a good angle here. They're managing to take the Litho Wanderer, but at the same time, do they really care about these neutral objectives, specifically the turtle?
I feel like they do care, but they understand that for you to get to point B, you got to get through A first. And I kind of feel like the fact that Homeboys, the way that they're positioning... Hold on.
He takes the portal up to the top side. He's got the seal as well.
Goes to Subway.
All right.
Shortcut.
Of him. Okay, so instantly the Heart Guard does come out. He brings in the entire team to punish him. And now, unfortunately, the rest of the team can't get back into their lane as the portal's just too far forward.
Sorry, I just had to see that happen first. But long story short, Homeboys, they're putting in a good positioning to make sure that Monster Vicious cannot go forward. So for them to go forward, they got to kill someone first.
Well, speaking of killing, they're going to get right on top of Ruff, and even before the Salmon Force gets dropped down, it's going to be Nets being able to secure another kill. He is so far ahead of Ruff right now in terms of gold, and Sabat still able to protect both mid as well as bottom turrets.
Right now, Monster Vicious, they got the kill whenever it's going on in the Riverside for the turtle fight. But they haven't been having very good ganks on the side lane. And again, it's very interesting. I like that the observer is looking at Zorn here. He's not roaming around the map.
Yeah, he's keeping eyes. He's going to take the portal down to the bottom side. Zeno's pushed up pretty far here, and Sabat is going to take full advantage. The knockup is good, but doesn't matter when you have the whole team. Zorn secures another kill for the Homeboys.
I'm just going to be maining Chip, man.
Dude, this is actually disgusting.
Dude, like the way that Zorn is playing? My goodness.
It's never just two people. Whenever you see Chip, it's never just two. There's always so many more in the back pocket.
I like the fact that Zorn doesn't even walk that much.
He
really just like, yo guys, just let me know when you guys want something and I'll be there.
Yep. He's got a 40-second cooldown on his passive, by the way. So he is really off cooldown, off rip, he is going. But now here comes the Black Dragon form. You see Subway, he's in the middle of all the members and even dropping down the Eternal Guardian to try and zone them away. The Heart Guard comes out too, but Chibi is going to manhandle him single-handedly as Nets tries to secure the kill. It's a lot harder than it looks, but the fear is going to put him down. Udil finds the kill as Subban zones away 3 members of MV.
Yeah, right now, looking at the situation here, Homeboys, it looks like they just want to kite away. Shortcut!
He shortcuts again, bringing Nets along with him, who went back to base to get his health back. Homeboys does not let go of the pressure.
I was going to question, the hero is interesting and all, but is it first pickable? Apparently, yes.
I mean, Homeboys have cracked the code on this one. I gotta give it to them. This is so clean from them. Like, what is MV actually supposed to do at this stage of the game? Anybody who's overextended, like Subway, goes down, and that's mid-tier 1 as well.
Homeboys is fast, but this is crazy fast.
Maybe they learned telepathy. Maybe that's how they're doing it.
I mean, here's the thing. There's so many chances for Homeboys to make a mistake. It's just that they didn't make it yet, right? So Monster Vicious, with the draft that they have, it is still very strong. You can skill quite good come... I mean, right now it is the mid game. This should be where Monster Vicious is spiking. But I feel like because Xenomao is 0-4-0, that makes it more difficult.
I mean, look at Nets. He's level 11 to Ruff's level 9. 4 kills ahead of him as well. The portal comes on through with a shortcut, and now Nox Kovar, he can't get away. The Crash Course mini stun turns his basic attack into a ranged basic attack. You can't run from this man.
I mean,
God help him.
I want to root for Monster Vicious, man, but at the same time, how can you not get excited seeing all these portals all around?
Dude, this feels like war crimes being committed right now. It feels like the Geneva Convention is being broken as we speak. It's not a fun time for MV. It feels like every move they make is instantly responded by the entire military force of the Homeboys.
Yeah, so at this point, with 9,000 gold lead, realistically, what can Monster Vicious do, man? Because I feel like they have points when Xenomao goes in with Nova Escobar, they have a chance to catch people off guard. But the thing is, as long as Homeboys kites that, as long as they're being very disciplined, not trying to fight back, they're all good. Because Monster Vicious, their setup really is on the Yuzong.
Yeah, and it really doesn't help that Udil has that fear just in case anything happens. If you're coming at me, good, you're coming in a straight line. I'm gonna fear you instantaneously. He hasn't missed one just yet, and the most that's been expended in terms of his resources is his flicker sometimes. So I think that MV have kind of missed that mark, right? The first go to A, get to B, they've missed A, now you're gonna have to wait until C, and that's probably around the 42K mark.
I feel like Zorn fans are eating good, man, because he did not do well last week. Whoever has Zorn in their fantasy team for this week, yeah, they're looking pretty good. Maybe this is why Zorn didn't look good last week. He's been doing chip all along.
He's been practicing only chip.
One hero.
Nothing
only one
else.
hero.
If he goes back to Cho, it's like, I don't know how to play this hero anymore.
It's like, why do you have so many dashes? Why do you even walk?
Why even walk? Oh boy. Now, First Lord is going to come crashing in through the mid lane this time round. And Homeboys, let's see how good they are at closing this game with a 10K gold lead. This is this should be unwinnable for the side of MV. They should be guaranteed to lose at least one inhibitor turret, because if we're talking about high ground defense, it's not looking good for their draft.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but this is the point of the game where they're like, okay, let's talk about the next draft.
It's a GG go next angle. Wait, hold on. GB using that retribution, forcing out the Black Dragon Form coming out from Zeno. They're going to lose mid inhibitor here, but there's no real response coming out from the side of MV. Not enough threat, not enough gold. Down in economy. And with the mid inhibitor already gone, they're just waiting for the second wave of super minions to start crashing.
Yeah, I feel like Homeboys, they want to die, but they don't find an angle just yet. So they're probably just waiting for Zorn. Zorn has to be the initial start to the fight, and then Chibi comes follow up, and then Supat tries to tie someone in.
Oh boy. It's going to be the shield unity already broken down. Ruff with the Heart Guard is going to have to try his best, but the mini stun is not looking good, forcing him to Purify to get on out of there. The Zaman Force keeps him up with his Chrono Dashes, and unfortunately for the Homeboys, they find nothing out of this other than battle spells from MV.
Yeah, right now Chibi is doing quite a good job being in the front line. He's absorbing as much as he can, same as Sapat, but they don't have a way to dive, and this is interesting. The Boxia is trying to farm as much as he can.
I mean, there's nothing else for Boxia to really do here. He's going to start the recall now. He probably could have taken a buff alongside with him to try and even out the EXP lead, but honestly, Nets, he's level 15, 12 minutes into the game, and not even Chibi is level 15 yet.
Looking at the gold advantage here, looking at Nets, he's almost full item. Yeah, he has the Oracle as well, so he has defense against armor as well as magic resist, and he can sustain for quite a while. Quite a lot of healing here coming from the items that he has, the Demon Hunter Sword as well as the Endless Battle and the Rose Gold Meteor.
Oh, Zorn just figuring out where Subway is, making sure that he's using his portals in a timely manner, making sure that every part of the map is going to feel like it's the Homeboys' territory.
Speaking of which, it's normal tank items for Zorn. The Dino Shield as well as the Dominance Ice.
Good options overall. What are your thoughts? What do you think is best in slot for the Roger? I've heard people had differing opinions.
Yeah, very different opinions. Like, every single player, whenever they give their items, someone will say it's wrong. Because we saw Innocent being more of a hybrid build alongside with the Brute Force Breastplate.
Thunderbelt, yeah.
Exactly,
Thunderbelt, Battle.
There's people that go straight for attack speed with a first item Wind Talker, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's interesting.
And then something like a Demon Hunter Sword, and then perhaps an Endless Battle. We see like the casting type here, like Nets having the Endless Battle. This is the first time I see an Oracle on him, so yeah, I don't know. When it comes to Roger, almost feels like you're never right, but at the same time, you're never wrong.
What do you think about the crit build specifically? Because that's something that I've seen Renmar make a video about and consider to bring into solo queue, especially get ahead. Like, I see the idea, the Haas Claw sounds like a great idea, but at the same time, when you're in professional play and when you have these many different outs and damage types to deal with, it can be a bit rough here.
I feel like it's amazing if you have a dive comp where you can snowball out of control to the point where even their front line feels squishy. Like your crits just burst them down. Like, especially if the opposing side first item, Radiant Armor or Athena Shield, oh yeah, you can snowball like crazy.
Oh, that sounds like a good time. But speaking of a good time, Homeboy's looking to close this aim out in a timely fashion. Here comes the Black Dragon form with the Shield Unity. Hard guard being committed onto Rough Side. He's going to have to pop the Zavin Force to try his best to zone them away. This Lord is big, but it seems like Udil is too low to commit. The Crystal starts to fall, and nobody can deal with such a chunky Lord. GG, well played. Homeboys take game 1.
Hey, you know what? Homeboys